everyone, it's Linda Ockwell-Jenner here again, President of Motivational Steps, and I'm so delighted to have one of the nicest people I know, Kathryn McGarry, Mayor of the City of Cambridge, here today as my guest. Hello, Kathryn.
Hello, it's absolutely delightful to see you in this strange new world of digital meetings rather than three-dimensional.
Oh, and the last time we met was in a TV studio, I remember, do you?
Yes, and that was a really good interview. I'm delighted to see you again and look forward to today.
Thank you. So I've seen you on TV a lot, where you're all on your own, talking about all the work you're doing to help everybody, not just the City of Cambridge. So do you want to share some of the things you're doing, Kathryn, to make sure that everybody's okay? Because you are a Wonder Woman.
Oh, well, I don't think so. It really is a team effort, but you know, things have changed so dramatically that you have to take a step back and look at the very important things that you're trying to do each and every day. So my goal ultimately is to keep my friends, family, and constituents as safe and healthy as possible. And so in today's world, how does that go? So, you know, just politics is a very small part of it. We know that we've had to redesign how we do business, how we meet up with each other, how we connect. And that's just on a one-to-one meeting basis. For council meetings, we've had our first virtual ones. Any meetings that we're having now are on Zoom or WebEx or video conferencing. And I think one of the really big changes day to day, Linda, is the inability for us to really connect socially. And although we're physically distanced, we want to stay socially connected. So how do we do the work every day in order to make people feel connected? And I'd have to say, at least we've got the video chat. But on top of all that, there's a lot of work that we have to do in our families. How do we go about the business of even putting gas in the car or getting groceries or trying to get somewhere and do something in today's physically distanced world? I'm very organized now. I have my mask on. I have my hand gel like in the car door so that once I open the door, I've got my hand gel there. The mask goes off. We're all having to adjust to that. And it's how do you get groceries? How do you manage all the other aspects in your life in today's world? And that's a change for really all of us.
Yeah, and basically, you do seem to be Wonder Woman because you're doing an awful lot. Our daughter, our youngest child, is expecting a baby at the end of July. So obviously, that's heartbreaking for us because she lives in Acton. And we won't get to see her by the looks of it, but we do the same as you, you know, the Zoom, the Skype, and stuff like that. But I mean, it must have changed your work life, Kathryn, because you're not able now to do as much community-focused work, as you said, with people face-to-face, and that must be a big adjustment for you. You're a people person, aren't you?
And it's not an easy adjustment. As somebody who has really tried to get out to every single event that I can in our community over, 6 or 7 years now, I find that really difficult. So I'm getting a lot of invites over, could you send us an email? Could you send us a quick video clip or a radio clip? So I've had to relearn technology like you have, Linda, in order to know how to send a voice memo like I did this morning to the radio station. They wanted a quick 30-second hit on Nurses Week. And I'm still a nurse in the province of Ontario, just non-practicing.
Thank you.
So I wanted to make sure that I could get that out. So I've learned how to do those types of things. And rather than just send an email in greeting, I said, if I can't join you on Zoom, can I send you a quick video clip? So we've readjusted how we get our greetings out. And that's what you're saying. You're seeing a fair bit of video work from my office. I had some staff assist in learning how to self-video. That's tough. video on Zoom and record it, and then learn how to send it off to whatever we need. Because I thought today we need a different way of messaging, not just written. Some people may not read very well or read English. So on a video clip of a minute and a half, I can give a public service announcement, and then at the bottom of the screen have some writing. So if you're visually impaired or you're auditory impaired, you might get a message in a different way. So it has really changed how we do business in the city and how I do business as a mayor. But like yourself, we're very social people and we like to connect, and I'm just delighted that you've reached out in such a way.
Oh, I'm doing this for me because, as you know, I'm a hugger. I love being out in the community like you. I love being on the stage, on the TV, on the radio, very social. And I'm finding it tough. In fact, I'd burst into tears 1 minute and then I'll be fine the next. We've just adopted a kitten. I'm not sure whether you've seen the photos.
I have.
She's keeping me happy and busy. She's called Ella. She's absolutely adorable. But I will stress, do not adopt. Yeah, but for anybody seeing, this, please do not adopt a pet. A pet is for life. Don't adopt a pet just for now. It's for long term, obviously.
Yes.
So we all need a bit of help. What are your long-term plans? Have you came up with a long-term plan yet? Because this is going to go on for a while, isn't it? So I know that maybe, we'll be able to go to our meetings with masks on and keep our distance. But there's more than that involved, isn't there? I mean, it's a lot more complicated than that, isn't it, Kathryn?
It is.
So have you and the council been chatting about this?
And we have been, as you can imagine, as we've all shut down, of course, because of the provincial orders. And as the economy and as business slowly opens up, we've had to really redesign the way we do work, not only for our city staff and making sure that there's appropriate distancing, that maybe breaks in a break room can be staggered so that there are not so many people using the same equipment, to how do we support the public? How do we, make sure that when the public comes in to, pay a bill or get a license, that they're protected as well. So just even looking at some of the physical ways we lay things out, how we're putting some plexiglass screens in place. That's all sort of the physical layout. But then how do we look after each other? And that's the key. Make sure that everyone's connected, that, when we say, how are you doing now? Or are you well? Wow, that means a difference now.
And I think it does.
Don't you find that when people say, how are you? We really want to know, are you well? Are you suffering from COVID-19? Are you having to care for somebody that way? How is your mental health through this? Are you keeping positive and recognizing that, most people do get through it, but we do have to care for each other in different ways. So those small touches, connecting, phoning, video conferencing, leaving gifts at people's doorstep is lovely. And I see that in the community, and that's really heartwarming.
It is. We've one of you probably know me in Ingles, Remax. He's very well known in the community. Gives back to a lot of organisations. He asked if he could put like a heart-shaped sign in our garden. I said, of course you can. It's a beautiful gesture. My hope is that everything doesn't go back to normal in the worst possible way, and that the hospitals, the healthcare, and the people who really needed the help before COVID continue to get the help after, because there were too many cuts. Not political, just my point of view. Also, yes, when somebody says, how are you, in the past, they didn't really want to know. It was politeness. And now I hope that carries on, that we really stay and listen to how people are. And my thoughts, like you, with people suffering from mental health issues, or even, the seniors living on their own who can't use the technology we can use. What kind of help do they need to pay a bill or or to get out and about. I'm hoping our focus is on that a little bit more after, we start rebuilding our new future, as I like to call it. And I know you'll be very busy with all of those things because you are that kind of person, aren't you? When you became, is it a mayoress or is it a mayor?
Mayor.
when you took that role, you meant it. You took it for a reason. You really, really wanted to do, the best. And how is your family keeping? Are they all keeping well?
Yes, they are. We still have, our youngest is at home in grade 11, so he's 16 and really struggling that way, as you can imagine. Digital learning is not something he embraces all that well. But I'm trying to spend a little bit more time at home to work from home, which I wasn't for the first 6 weeks. But he found the empty house because my husband's at his office. We're the only ones in our respective offices, but he found it too hard to have an empty house. So I'm spending more time at home, and just being in the building is helpful. But, I also know that some of our seniors are needing that help and that check-in. I know that our Rec from Home program that's online is available free to any resident in Cambridge or who wants to connect with us. But for the seniors who, as you said, did not embrace technology, we're having call-ins. So our calling in WOW program, Without Walls, has seniors connecting by phone conference, and everyone can use a phone, and those are delightful. And my son said to me, well, what was the best thing about your day today, Mom? And I said, when I called into the seniors' first call, about 50 seniors laughing, telling jokes. They were so excited. And I hope that continues, that we're reaching out and caring for people in ways that I hope become a long-term habit. That's remember to call people.
You've said it better than me. A long-term habit. I like that, because we can create a better future. We can create a better environment. We can do so much. And sadly, we get busy. We become complacent. So you and I will keep everybody on the toes, won't we? We'll make sure everybody, stays on the toes. My poor husband just started a new position just after Christmas locally. He did have a job where he travelled more, and he was virtually based in Switzerland, the head office. And he was so loving going into this office for about a month and, not having a home office or a satellite office. And then he's been working from home since then. And
now look what happens.
I'm used to working from home, and we'd planned this year we weren't going to travel as much anyhow because of the new baby coming along. So apart from, COVID being horrible, which it is, it's terrible for everybody, it didn't really change our plans for this year too much. And got some days off next week to do some gardening. I'm guessing everybody's going to be out, for the long weekend doing some gardening. I love being in the garden.
As long as it's not snowing any longer. What's with that? It's May.
I promise you. You should have seen Luna. I love to talk about it because it tears everyone up. She saw snowflakes for the first time, and she was trying to get them off the window. Oh, she was. Actually, I said, Luna, that's my daughter's cat. Ella is our cat.
How old is she now?
Well, she was 8 weeks when we adopted her, so she's got to be 10 weeks old now.
She looks absolutely adorable.
She's definitely helped me because I was feeling, the struggle of being, fearful and, I don't know, feeling isolated. So I feel much better now. What do you want to leave with us? Because I know you've got some words of wisdom to leave with us, Kathryn, that will really motivate everybody to know we have a better future.
Yes, I think that we do. I think that looking ahead, what I would like to see is the continued care for each other and the continuation of being kind, and kind in ways where we may not have realized it maybe before. Calling that neighbor, I'm going to the store, do you want me to pick something up? I see you need some gardening or some fresh flowers, can I help you with that? That kindness, whether it's online or to our neighbors or just phoning and picking up their spirits if they need that, is helpful. And as you know, I think, and I certainly know being a nurse, and our Black humor is well known as nurses, that really the sense of humor to go forward is really helpful. It helps us to look more positively at our future. It allows us to relieve some stress to laugh. And I think that moving ahead with kindness and humor and just being real with each other will mean that we all get along much better in a future, hopefully post-COVID world.
I love it. Okay, my aunt, I'm going to let you get on with your busy evening because I know you're always working. Thank you for coming along today. I know you'll motivate and inspire everybody. Have a safe, long weekend, and we'll chat soon, okay?
Thank you, and you too. My very best to you and your family and that new baby that might come along in the next couple of months. Have fun with that.
My daughter's looking very pregnant. Have a lovely evening, Angel. We'll chat soon.
And you too. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you. Bye-bye.